Alright, what is up, everybody? We are back with another edition of Everyday Hoops. Hope you guys are having a good one. Today, talk about more playoff basketball. The Thunder tied their series up with the Nuggets at 2-2, while the Pacers take a 3-1 lead in dominant fashion over the Cavaliers. I'm going to talk about both those games here in today's video. Thank you guys for the views on the videos and the shorts recently. I really appreciate it. If you do like the content around here, consider subscribing, liking, turn notifications to also like that. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps out a lot. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, getting closer and closer as the days go on. So all support on our channel, be very much appreciated. Links to my Twitter and all that stuff down in the description below. And yeah, don't want to waste any more of your time. Let's get right to it. So we're going to spend the majority of it talking about OKC, obviously. But the Thunder, they end up winning this game 92-87 in a slugfest. They tie the series up at 2, going back to Oklahoma. And yeah, this first quarter, this is a very ugly game. Overall, this is a very ugly game. Both teams shot horrible from the field. A lot of turnovers, fouls, free throws. It was a very ugly game. And usually this is the type of game that Denver wins, and this was a tough loss for Denver. I mean, they had about as worse of a first quarter as you could ever have. I mean, the Nuggets shot 2 for 22 in the first quarter, 0 for 14 from 3, 8 points. 8 points in a quarter. And somehow they're only down 9 because OKC didn't really have that much better of a quarter. I mean, they were 6 for 22, 1 for 11 from 3. It wasn't that much better. But then the Nuggets start to kind of get into the game a little bit in the second quarter. They start to get to the free throw line. Nuggets 14 free throws in the second quarter compared to OKC's 4. That's how they're getting back into this game. Christian Brown was great in the entirety of the game. Jokic started to get going, and OKC still struggling 2 for 11 from 3 in that quarter. It was very tough. Third quarter, Nuggets find their rhythm. They hit 7 threes in the quarter. Christian Brown with 6 more points. Jokic with 11 more points. Aaron Gordon still doing things. Jamal Murray hitting shots. And OKC still kind of struggling. They only took 4 free throws in this quarter. And OKC just was not really all the way there. It felt like a game that Denver was kind of taking over. I feel like the extra possessions in this game, the hustle plays, Denver was making all of them. OKC was just a little bit nonchalant. You got 2 points from Williams, 4 points from Holmgren. Shea only had 1 point in the third quarter. And it looked like Denver was kind of rolling. Well, rolling in quotes because no team was rolling in this game at all. But Denver was starting to kind of feel it. Fourth quarter happens, and OKC completely flips the script. You got to credit the bench. Aaron Wiggins, Casey Walks, and Alex Caruso. Casey Walks came in and hit 2 huge three-pointers. Aaron Wiggins hit a big three-pointer as well. Alex Caruso's defense, he only had 1 point, but he was a plus 11 in the quarter because his defense was huge. And then Shai Gilgeous-Alexander getting to the free throw line, hitting some easy shots, and kind of settling in. And Denver just went cold. 1 for 12 from 3 in the quarter. They missed 5 free throws in the fourth quarter as well, 7 for 23 from the field. Jokic had a very bad quarter. 5 points, 2 for 7, left 3 points at the free throw line. Just not great. Jamal Murray hits a couple shots. That was really it. Yeah, Aaron Gordon had 7. Aaron Gordon tried to keep in the game, but that was really it. Like, they couldn't really get anything going. 1 for 12 from 3. The offense just really stalled out, and OKC finds a way to win a game. But this is usually the type of games where Denver wins. Denver wins these type of that's the whole game plan for Denver, really. You just keep it close, and the last 5 minutes, we got it. And that's how they were able to take the lead in this series in Game 1 and Game 3. This game was a game where this is a pivotal game for Denver. Get this win. You have 3-1. It's like everything goes well. And instead, and especially in a game where they didn't shoot the ball well, you didn't shoot the ball well either, but you still were able to have the lead in this game going into the fourth quarter. And they just completely fall apart late in the fourth quarter. Jokic won another not great game, 7 for 22, 2 for 8 from 3. Only had 2 turnovers in this game, but only 3 assists as well. And he just hasn't really been, the MVP Jokic that we're used to seeing. The last couple games he shot the ball since game 1, he hasn't really had any insane moments. He's still been, Jokic, he's still been good. He just hasn't been the elite level that we expect, And especially in a game where Aaron Gordon gives you 16 rebounds, 6 assists. Christian Brown, I feel like, was really good. 17, 4 and 2 with 3 steals. Jamal gave you a decent showing, 17 points in this one. The bench can't provide anything at all. Westbrook was a minus 20 in this game. MPJ was a plus 15, even though he only hit 1 shot. He still found a way to kind of impact the game with his rebounding. But yeah, in a game where, both shoot 24% from the field, from 3. You win the turnover battle. You win the foul battle. They shoot, They hit 10 threes, and 8 of them were from their bench. So their starting lineup, J-Dub shoots 2 for 13. Chet was 4 for 10. Lou Dort 2 for 10. Like, no one besides Shea in their starting lineup really provided a whole much of anything at all. Like, this is the type of script that you would think the Nuggets would be able to win games like this, where it gets ugly and it gets kind of like weird. But Shea, obviously, give him credit. 25, 6, and 6. He was, 0 for 7 last game in the third quarter. I mean, in game 3 in the fourth quarter in overtime, he didn't make a shot. This game, he had a couple shots, and he did miss some easy ones that I know he wants back. But his ability to get to the free throw line, his ability to make shots when it mattered was big. And then, obviously, the bench. I mean, Caruso, Wiggins, and Walsh all were positive double figures in this game. Caruso, plus 12 with 10 points. Wiggins, plus 14 with 11 points. Keith Walsh, plus 12 with 11 points. Those three were huge. Without those three doing what they did to start the fourth quarter, OKC does not win this game. Denver's up 3-1 right now. But those three coming in, playing good defense, bringing energy, hitting some shots, kind of alleviating some pressure off the starters for OKC, really got them going. So, yeah, big game from them. And now, the free throws are also big. I mean, you can't miss 10 free throws in a game and expect to win for your Denver. They shot 31% from the field, got dominated on the glass. Well, not dominated, but they lost the rebound battle and the assist battle as well. And now we're at 2-2. And now it's a best of 3, basically. And I was expecting the Thunder to bounce back. This is not the way I expected it to happen, but it happened. And now we're at 2-2. For OKC, they're really going to need some three-point shooting to start falling. They have not had a good shooting series at all. They're lucky to be in a 2-2 series with the shooting they had, with some of the weird performances they had. They have not played like the OKC Thunder that we know they are. And they're going to need at least one game in these next 3 of getting hot, and going crazy. And obviously, they're going to need to execute more. They're going to need more for their starters. They need J-Dub to turn it up back again. Chet Holmgren hasn't shot the ball well in this series. They're going to need a game from Chet. They're going to need something. But if the bench can keep providing what the bench has provided, that would be huge. For Denver, there's a lot of people talking about Jokic, and a lot of analysts, I think Kendrick Perkins said it, Charles Barkley said it, like, the fatigue is starting to kick in. And you could tell, the Nuggets not really having a bench at all, and Jokic having to play 45 minutes a night is really starting to hurt now. I mean, he hasn't shot the ball well in the last 3 games. He's averaging 6 turnovers per game in this series. You saw in the fourth quarter today where he just didn't really look like the Jokic up to the standard of Jokic that we know he can be. And yeah, he's gonna need help. I mean, obviously Jamal Murray's gonna have to be better. I mean, 5 for 15, 17 points. He's gonna need, they're gonna have to have a big Jamal Murray performance in one of these next couple games. They're gonna have a big playoff Jamal 25, 30 point blowout, or not blowout, but blow up of a game from him. They're gonna need MPJ to knock down shots. He didn't knock down a 3 today. He was still decent on the court, but they need MPJ to knock down shots. Obviously, like Aaron Gordon has probably been their most consistent player in this series, and then Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook, honestly is a big factor. Russell Westbrook coming off the bench, providing some energy and doing something on the court is really big. Today, he wasn't really much. 2 for 12, fouled out, -20. Like, just wasn't really anything at all. If Russell Westbrook can give you anything, no one else on the bench is going to give you anything either. So, it's been tough. Denver, you can definitely see the kind of Denver, maybe the fatigue is starting to wear in a little bit, but it's still 2-2. 2-2. And again, all of Denver's game plan is to get this game close. The last 5 minutes, keep it a 5-point-ish game, keep it a reasonable game, and we think we can do it. But they're going to need some help. And for OKC, they're going to need their offense to start kicking in a little bit more, because their defense has been solid. Their defense has been able to keep them in. But offensively, they just haven't really been up to the standard that we think they can be. So offensively, they're really going to have to step up and need some big performances from some of these other guys. And Shea, obviously, too. Shea's going to have to have an MVP-like game. Shea has not had an MVP-like performance yet in this series, and he's going to need one if they want to win this series. He's going to need one at least one in these next few games. He's going to need one. But I'm very excited to watch these next couple games. This has been a very entertaining, back and forth, probably been the most entertaining series of the second round so far. So I'm very excited to see how the rest of it goes. And I guess I'll give my 2 minutes or whatever on Cavs Pacers. Pacers come out and just absolutely just knocked the Cavs out, broke their jaw, took them, threw them in the ground, and buried them in their grave. I mean, this was not a contest from minute 1. It felt like it was over. Indiana, they only won by 20, but I promise you it was not a 20-point win. It was a lot more than that. And obviously you got to give a lot of credit to the Pacers. The Pacers came out, punched them in the jaw from the first second, from jump ball. It just felt like a punch in the mouth. You're not ready for this. And they came out with all the amped up and all the intensity and the energy in the world. Pascal Siakam got going from the get-go. The three-point shooting was falling. They really broke in the zone. The defense was just everywhere, activity everywhere. That run at the end of the second quarter was just like, what the heck is going on? And yeah, just absolutely flipped the script in this game. But there's more on the Cavaliers. They just did not look ready at all in this game. Didn't look ready at all. And once the Pacers got it rolling, it felt like they got rattled. Like literally, it felt like, like in 2K when you're like the road team is at the free throw line and the screen starts shaking. And you're like pressing the buttons, the screen starts shaking. Or like in college football, 25. When like you're on the road and the things are shaking, the pressure meters are high. Like that's what it looked like happened to the Cavs. Once the Pacers got rolling, once the Pacers were in a rhythm and it was like a 10, 12, 15 point game, the Cavs just looked like out of sorts. They just looked like they didn't know what to do. Like they looked kind of like, oh no, they already look like they not accepted defeat, but they already kind of felt like all the pressure in the world was on them and be like, oh my god, we got to do, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Like panicking and rattled and just didn't look ready and prepared at all for this game, and it just really, really sucks because after having such a great game 3 performance and really shot, I mean, honestly, I think after that game 3 performance, the script kind of flipped on the Pacers. And everyone was like, oh shoot, Pacers better watch out. Here come the Cavaliers, and for them to come out and look like that in game 4, where they were rattled. Donovan Mitchell didn't play the second half. Now he's got, they said he's going to have MRI on his ankle. You're fully healthy, foul trouble. Just like to have a performance like that, and now you're one loss away from your season being over as a 68 win team in the second round. Like, that's just, I don't know. That was an embarrassing performance. And as a Cavs fan personally, that was really hard to watch. That was a hard watch, man. I didn't watch the second half of this game at all. I had it on the background. I didn't watch the second half at all. Just embarrassing, and just like how do you just come out and perform like that in a game where like you won game 3, yeah, sure. You're still down 2-1 in the series. All you did was win one game. You got to come out and win this game was like imperative. You come out, win this game, tie the series up, and now you have home court and a best of 3 matchup. And to come out and give the performance that you gave was like just utterly just like embarrassing. Really was embarrassing. And now you got to play near perfect basketball to find a way to win this series. And it's been done before, obviously, a couple times. The Cavs did it famously, but it's just not something that's just like a given. It's not an easy thing to do, especially with a Pacers team that now probably after that game, they're going to roll up into Cleveland, already winning 2 games over there and just beating you by 40. They have all the confidence in the world that they're going to go into game 5 and do it again. Like, we could do this again. Like, we're better than you. So, yeah, just crazy, 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 crazy. But again, all the credit in the world to the Pacers. They came out and they just, absolute dominant performance. I mean, this was just a clinic on all cylinders. A clinic. Man, they just, wow. Yeah, that's going to be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, if you do like the content around here, consider subscribing, liking, turn notifications, all stuff like that. I really appreciate it. It really helps out a lot. Once again, we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So all support on our channel be very much appreciated. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.